stopping these things, we were trying to stop the industrialized parts of the country in order to stop the war machine from churning. So I just wanted to join in, add that.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean,
I think that's it's important to recognize too is that the imperial government wanted to make sure that it could still operate in some basis. There was still some I would say there was a minority in the Japanese government who thought the war could still be won by bleeding the Americans, and Operation Downfall would have been their feast. They would have loved it because it would have meant Americans on Japanese soil. But
I don't believe that it would have ever gotten to, and again, I know this is all speculation technically, right? But I don't believe it would have ever gotten to the point where we did Operation Downfall, right? Because Operation Downfall would have meant not only are we landing, significant, it was something that pretty much all the U.S. leadership opposed, landing, I think some 7 million U.S. troops into Japan over the course of a year. And that would have, just been the true bloodbath. I mean, we thought Okinawa was bad.
we thought not Midway. We thought the atoll was bad or Okinawa was bad. We'll watch mainland Japan be terrible. I think what could have happened, and it's what a lot of the leadership at the time thought was the best option, was to, if we didn't have the atomic bombs, okay, blockade Japan comprehensively. The Soviets are already attacking in August. The Soviets take Manchuria, Korea, and some of mainland China.
They help reinvigorate the Maoists and stuff like that. So China's off the, China's not going to do anything. Thai and Malaysia aren't going to do anything. So they're not going to be able to actually support Japan, or the resources there can't support Japan. In that blockade, yes, it would have been devastating for the Japanese economy and their people, right? But ultimately, I think less people would have actually died the Kyoto firebombings, I think, killed more people than the atomic bombings, right?
Something like, I don't know. It was like, well, I have to look up the exact Kyoto for the Kyoto bombings, but the fire bombings in Japan killed a lot of people regardless. But at that point, if we're saying, okay, well, are we going to hit population centers with nukes, or are we just going to starve out people? Wait until the Japanese government has to buckle.
And I think having them